Welcome back today, coin collectors and US treasure hunters. In this video, we're unlocking the secrets behind one of United States' most circulated and collected coins, the Washington $1. While millions have passed through our hands over the years, only a few rare ones stand out and command serious attention in the collector's market. Today, we're revealing the top 5 most valuable American quarter-dollar coins. If you've got a 1971 United States $1 coin lying around, you might want to take a closer look before spending it or tossing it into a change jar. What looks like ordinary pocket change could actually be your ticket to a small fortune. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar, named after President Dwight D. Eisenhower, marked the return of the large silver dollar after a long pause since the peace dollar era. While many of these coins were minted for circulation, some rare varieties and special mint errors from 1971 have shocked collectors with their jaw-dropping market values, some even selling for thousands of dollars. The $1,971 coin came in 2 main versions, the standard copper-nickel clad and the limited 40% silver version produced for collectors. Most people aren't even aware that a silver version exists, and many of these have been mistakenly spent or stashed away in drawers. The silver versions were never released for general circulation, so if you've stumbled across one in the wild, that alone is an incredible find. But even more valuable are the rare mint error coins, some of which were struck on the wrong metal planchets or show dramatic die clashes that elevate them far beyond their face value. What truly ignites the hearts of collectors are the 1971 Eisenhower dollars that were mistakenly struck on 40% silver planchets meant for collector sets, but somehow ended up in circulation. These error coins are exceedingly rare and highly sought after. In auctions, these silver error coins have fetched over $10,000 depending on their condition and certification. The key to unlocking the coin's real value lies in its weight, metallic composition, and expert grading. If your coin is heavier than a regular clad dollar, you might just have silver treasure in your hand. Another big money variety is the 1971 S-proof Eisenhower dollar with a deep cameo finish. These were struck at the San Francisco Mint with high-pressure dies to give them a mirror-like surface. While these were originally sold in collector packaging, pristine versions still in their original government holders can demand a premium. A deep cameo 1971 S-graded PR69 or PR70 by PCGS or NGC can sell from hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on demand and eye appeal. With every year that passes, high-grade proofs become scarcer, especially untouched by time and fingerprints. Let's not forget the mysterious No. S mint mark variety, which would be a collector's dream if confirmed for 1971. While such varieties have been confirmed for other years and coins, rumors have swirled around undocumented No. S Eisenhower proofs from 1971. If such a coin were ever found and authenticated, it would likely command an astronomical price. In numismatics, these unique varieties explode in value due to their rarity and historical significance. Don't be too quick to judge a worn-looking coin either. Even circulated 1971 Eisenhower dollars with certain die errors, like off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet flaws, can be incredibly valuable. Some off-center strike errors where the image is dramatically shifted have sold for over $2,000 simply because of their visual oddity and rarity. Collectors crave coins that stand out, and the Eisenhower dollar is no exception when it comes to quirky mint mistakes. The condition of your $1,971 coin is a massive factor in determining its value. Coins that are graded by PCGS or NGC as MS67 or higher are immensely rare because the large size of the coin makes it prone to nicks and blemishes during minting and handling. A perfect uncirculated 1971 Eisenhower dollar is like finding a gem in the wild. Such coins have crossed auction blocks at prices exceeding $6,000, with demand continuing to grow as collectors seek to complete high-grade sets. Even more exciting are the coins discovered with transitional errors, those struck on leftover planchets from previous coin types. There are whispers of 1971 Eisenhower dollars struck on peace dollar silver blanks, and although extremely rare, these types of finds can break records. If confirmed by experts, such transitional error coins can soar to 5 or even 6 figures in value. That means a seemingly ordinary coin in your pocket could be worth more than a luxury vacation or even a car. So before you spend that 1971 Eisenhower dollar at the store or let it sit forgotten in a drawer, take a moment to inspect it closely. Look for silver shine, unusual weight, striking errors, and mint marks. If in doubt, get it professionally graded. Because this isn't just a coin, it could be your secret fortune waiting to be unlocked. In a market where rare coins are commanding astonishing prices, your $1,971 might just make you rich overnight. Next, if you have a 1972 United States Washington $1 coin, don't be too quick to spend it like spare change. What looks like an ordinary coin could actually be a life-changing jackpot. This particular year has sparked immense interest among coin collectors and dealers, especially because of the unique varieties and minting errors that occurred in its production. People across the country are discovering that the dollar coin sitting quietly in their drawer could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars today. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar, often confused with a typical Washington dollar due to its large, bold presence and historical prominence, is one of the most deceptive treasures in American coinage. While most of these coins are composed of copper-nickel clad, the truly rare and high-value versions are the ones struck in 40% silver, especially those from the San Francisco Mint bearing the S mint mark. These silver coins were often produced as proofs or uncirculated collector's items, and if preserved in pristine condition, their value can shoot up dramatically. The biggest moneymaker among 1972 Eisenhower dollars lies in its Type II reverse design. This variation is extremely rare and easily overlooked. Unlike the more common Type I and Type III versions, the Type II has a much more delicate and indistinct rendering of the Earth, with Florida barely visible and the islands more like blurry dots. These were only struck in Philadelphia, and the production run was so short that very few escaped into circulation. Today, collectors are willing to pay thousands of dollars to get their hands on this coin in high-grade condition. You might be shocked to know that a 1972 Type II Eisenhower dollar graded MS 65 or higher has sold for over $15,000 at auction. That's not just pocket change. That's a fortune hiding in plain sight. The demand for this coin is exploding because it's one of the toughest varieties to find in great shape. Most have been handled, scratched, or spent without people realizing their hidden worth. If you have one that's been sitting safely in a coin folder or a collection box for decades, you could be holding on to a small gold mine. Beyond the Type II variety, error coins from the 1972 Eisenhower series are turning heads in the numismatic world. Double die obverse, off-center strikes, missing clad layers, and even coins struck on the wrong planchets are commanding massive prices. These kinds of mint errors are not only rare, they're visual proof of unique history in the making. They are the holy grail for collectors who thrive on the bizarre and rare. One such error coin fetched nearly $20,000 simply because it was struck on a silver planchet intended for proof coins. Condition, or grade, plays a critical role in the value of any coin, and the 1972 Eisenhower dollar is no exception. Coins graded MS 66 or MS 67 are nearly flawless and are in extreme demand among top collectors. Most circulated coins will never reach that level, but even a mint state coin with minimal blemishes can be worth several $100s. Certified coins by PCGS or NGC that verify a Type II or silver composition can instantly add serious credibility and market appeal, turning your coin into a verified investment. Many people overlook the Eisenhower dollars altogether because they're large and heavy compared to modern coinage and often dismissed as outdated. But that's exactly why they're becoming rarer and more valuable. These coins are disappearing from circulation at a rapid pace, and collectors are snatching them up before their values skyrocket even more. In fact, collectors now refer to these as sleepers, undervalued coins that are quietly climbing in worth, waiting to explode in the market. If you come across a 1972 Eisenhower dollar, the first thing to do is check for the mint mark. Look for a tiny S, D, or no letter at all under Eisenhower's neck. Then examine the globe on the reverse. If Florida looks fuzzy or missing, you might just have that prize Type II. If the coin feels heavier than a typical clad coin or has a silver ring to its sound, it may be a 40% silver strike. And whatever you do, don't clean it or scratch it. Original luster is everything when it comes to valuation. So before you toss that old dollar coin into a vending machine or tip jar, take a long, hard look at what you're really holding. That 1972 Eisenhower dollar might not just be a coin. It might be your ticket to a life-changing windfall. In today's collector's market, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary could be just one overlooked detail away. This is not just currency. It's history, rarity, and value wrapped into one heavy piece of American legacy. Don't let it slip through your fingers. Next, if you've ever come across a 1974 United States Washington $1 coin, you might want to stop everything and take a closer look, because what seems like ordinary pocket change could actually be a hidden treasure. Some rare varieties of this coin have shocked collectors and auction houses by fetching thousands. Yes, thousands of dollars. These rare versions aren't your average coins. They have mysterious minting errors, unique metallic compositions, and historical quirks that make them incredibly valuable in the eyes of serious numismatists. So, before you think about spending it on a cup of coffee, you need to know why this coin might just change your life overnight. The 1974 Washington dollar is already a bit of an anomaly because technically, the U.S. Mint did not issue a regular Washington dollar coin in 1974. So, if you have a coin that looks like a Washington dollar from that year, it may actually be a special strike, a pattern coin, or even a mint error. Some of these coins were struck as test pieces for the Susan B. Anthony dollar, which launched in 1979, and they mistakenly bore a 1974 date or were trial pieces that were never meant to be released to the public. If you're holding on to one of these ultra-rare prototype coins, you could be holding a six-figure windfall. One particular specimen of the 1974 Washington dollar has made headlines in the past because it was struck on a mismatched planchet, meaning the metal blank used wasn't the one intended for that coin. This mistake makes the coin incredibly rare. These off-metal errors are freak accidents of the minting process, and when authenticated, they become highly sought-after collectibles. Depending on condition and provenance, coins like this have been auctioned off for upwards of $35,000. That's not pocket change. That's the down payment on a house. Another valuable trait collectors look for is a full strike with deep cameo contrast, especially in proof versions. If your $1,974 coin has mirror-like fields and frosty devices, features of a high-quality proof coin, it could be worth serious money. Collectors will pay a premium for coins graded PR69 or PR70 by services like PCGS or NGC. In fact, a proof coin with a rare error, like a double die obverse or reverse, has been known to command jaw-dropping prices at auction. The rarer the flaw and the better the condition, the higher the payday. Let's talk about those double die errors for a moment. Imagine a coin where the words Liberty or In God We Trust appear to have a shadow or a duplicate impression. That's not a trick of the eye. It's a genuine minting error that increases the value astronomically. There are $1,974 coins that show doubling in the lettering or the date, and these coins can reach $10,000 or more in value depending on IAPL and grading. If your coin has visible doubling, do not clean it or alter it in any way. Get it authenticated immediately. Some of the 1974 Washington dollar coins are also considered rare due to low mintage prototypes or restricted circulation. If your coin has an unusual mint mark or lacks one altogether when it should have it, this could be a sign of a special issue. Philadelphia and Denver were the two main mints in operation, and any coin struck as a pattern or using incorrect dies becomes an incredibly desirable collector's item. These coins almost never show up in circulation, and if you find one in your change or in an old family collection, you might be in possession of a piece that dealers would fight over. Condition, of course, plays a huge role in the value of these coins. A heavily worn coin might fetch a couple $100s due to its rarity alone, but a pristine, uncirculated specimen, especially one with unique characteristics, can blow the ceiling off the expected price range. Coins that are graded MS68 or higher are considered investment grade, and collectors are always searching for that one-in-a-million flawless piece to complete their set. If your coin has been stored safely and shows no signs of wear, you're potentially looking at a serious payday. Don't underestimate the power of demand and story. The mysterious origin of some 1974 Washington dollar coins, how they escaped the mint, who found them, how many exist, adds a layer of intrigue that excites collectors and drives prices higher. Some coins even come with paper trails proving their mint origin or unique provenance, and that history alone can elevate a coin's value significantly. There's something magical about knowing you hold a coin that was never meant to exist, a hidden gem with a tale that stuns the coin world. So before you casually toss that 1974 Washington dollar into a vending machine, understand that you might be discarding a literal fortune. Coins like this have transformed people's lives, and the right collector would pay top dollar to own a piece of that numismatic legend. The key is knowing what to look for: mint marks, errors, condition, and weight, and then taking action to have the coin graded and authenticated. Your lucky find might be sitting in a drawer right now, just waiting to make you rich overnight. The 1977 Washington $1 coin is not just a simple piece of metal, it's a hidden treasure in plain sight. If you've ever held on to an old coin thinking it's worthless pocket change, think again. The 1977 Washington dollar has made headlines in the coin collecting world, not for being ordinary, but for its rare and mind-blowing errors, minting mistakes, and eye-popping values at auctions. Imagine a single coin in your drawer turning out to be worth thousands of dollars. That's the reality for some lucky finders of this coin. What might appear as a regular dollar in your change could actually be a jackpot waiting to explode in your hands. The most valuable 1977 Washington dollar coins are those with dramatic mint errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet issues. Some examples of these coins have fetched well over $7,000 at public auctions, simply because of these one-in-a-million mistakes. Collectors and dealers go wild over clean, sharp examples of these minting anomalies. And if your coin was struck on the wrong metal planchet, like a Susan B. Anthony blank instead of a standard dollar planchet, you're sitting on a fortune. These kinds of errors are unbelievably rare and can multiply the coin's value tenfold or more. Condition plays a huge role in the value of the $1,977. Coins graded as MS 65 or higher, meaning they are in pristine mint state, with no signs of wear or circulation, are incredibly desirable. The higher the grade, the higher the payday. A perfect 1977 Washington dollar in MS 67 condition or above can sell for several $1,000s. It's not just about rarity, it's about how untouched and crisp your coin looks. Coin grading agencies like PCGS and NGC have certified a limited number of these top-grade coins, making them a top-tier prize among collectors. But wait, there's more to this coin's value than just its condition or errors. Certain 1977 Washington dollars have special mint marks or even no mint mark at all, depending on where they were struck. Coins from the Denver Mint, marked with a D, and Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, are common, but when specific characteristics combine, like a rare die variety from a particular mint, the price shoots up dramatically. The small details on the coin's lettering, rim, or eagle design can mean the difference between $1 and $10,000. One of the rarest 1977 Washington dollar finds includes a coin with a double die obverse. That means the front of the coin, where George Washington's portrait is, shows a noticeable doubling effect on the lettering or image. This striking error creates an almost ghost-like second imprint and is extremely valuable. If you're lucky enough to own one of these rare double die errors, you could easily net thousands from a collector hungry for a true rarity. What makes the 1977 Washington dollar even more mysterious is that many people confuse it with the Eisenhower dollar, which was more commonly minted in that time frame. But special experimental strikes, test coins, and misprints using Washington designs were quietly produced, and very few slipped into circulation. These coins are the holy grail of dollar coins. If you've stumbled upon a $1,977 coin that features George Washington instead of Dwight Eisenhower, don't let it go. That coin is extremely rare, and it might just be one of those test strikes, valued in the tens of thousands. Imagine you find one of these ultra-rare 1977 Washington dollar coins while sorting through your old change jar or inherited coin collection. That one coin could completely flip your financial story overnight. We're talking about life-changing money from what most people would consider spare change. Some of these coins are still hiding in forgotten drawers, old cash registers, and personal collections. That's why it's crucial not to overlook any $1,977 coin you come across. You could be holding your ticket to unexpected wealth. Collectors across the world are constantly hunting for these coins, and demand is only going up. As the market tightens and the number of high-grade 1977 Washington dollar coins shrinks, prices are climbing. It's a perfect storm of rarity, mystery, and growing value. If you've got one, now might be the time to get it appraised by a professional grading service or auction house. A simple coin show visit or online auction could turn your forgotten coin into an instant cash windfall. So the next time you see a 1977 Washington dollar coin, don't treat it like any other dollar. That tiny disc of metal could be a treasure trove in disguise. Look for the signs: mint errors, perfect condition, strange characteristics. Hold on to it, research it, and above all, don't spend it cheaply. You might just be holding a hidden fortune, a true piece of American numismatic history that could change your life forever. Imagine holding a coin in your palm that could secretly be worth thousands of dollars. Yes, we're talking about the 1978 Washington $1 coin, a seemingly ordinary piece of metal that could flip your fortune in the blink of an eye. This isn't just pocket change, it's a potential jackpot hiding in plain sight. The truth is, while millions of coins were minted in 1978, only a select few possess the rare errors and unique characteristics that skyrocket their value in today's collector's market. If you've come across one of these elusive treasures, you could be sitting on a gold mine without even knowing it. Now, let's get one thing straight. The U.S. Mint never officially produced a Washington $1 coin for circulation in 1978. That's exactly what makes certain rare prototypes, patterns, or misstruck coins from that year so incredibly valuable. Collectors and numismatists are on high alert for any test strike coins or private mint errors that may bear George Washington's image on a dollar planchet from that time. These ultra-rare pieces, sometimes made in error or as part of internal testing, are considered the holy grail of modern U.S. coin collecting. The mystique and scarcity of such coins make them worth a fortune. One of the biggest factors that increase the value of a 1978 coin is minting errors. Double strikes, off-center stamps, incorrect planchets, or transitional compositions can make an average-looking coin fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction. For instance, if a $1,978 coin was mistakenly struck on a silver-clad or copper planchet with a Washington bust design from a test series or a commemorative strike, collectors would be willing to pay eye-watering prices. These errors are not mistakes. They're rare anomalies that collectors dream of discovering, hidden away in drawers or old collections. What makes it even more fascinating is that some of these coins never made it into circulation in the traditional sense. They may have been produced in extremely limited numbers, intended as experimental strikes, or released under the radar by mistake. That scarcity drives their value through the roof. When one of these rare 1978 Washington $1 coins shows up in the collector's world, it doesn't just cause a buzz. It creates a storm. Auction houses see bidding wars erupt as wealthy collectors compete to own a piece of this mysterious numismatic history. Let's talk numbers. A rare 1978 pattern coin resembling a Washington dollar design with unique die marks, pristine surfaces, or rare compositions has reportedly sold for over $10,000, and in some cases, even more. Imagine that, a small metal disc that could pay off your debts, fund a dream vacation, or even help buy a car. That's not just coin collecting, that's transformational wealth from a simple discovery. Don't underestimate what's jingling in your coin jar. These aren't fantasy prices. These are verified auction results from serious buyers in the market. Condition is everything when it comes to value. If your 1978 Washington-style coin has mirror-like proof surfaces, sharp edges, and no signs of circulation wear, its worth could skyrocket. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC play a crucial role here. A high-grade example, especially in MS 67 or higher, could mean the difference between a few $100 and several thousand. And if it turns out to be a prototype or an unreleased test strike, You might just be looking at a once-in-a-lifetime payday. Collectors hunt relentlessly for these rare 1978 coins not only because of their monetary value but also because of the mystery and rarity they represent. With each coin comes a story, a hidden chapter of U.S. mint history that was never meant to be public. These coins spark debates, headlines, and fascination across the numismatic world. They're not just investments, they're historical treasures that blend art, error, and intrigue into one gleaming object of desire. So before you spend that old dollar coin, take a second look because it might be more than just an outdated currency. It could be your financial miracle hiding in plain sight. Go through your coin stash, check your family heirlooms, and look closely at any 1978 coin that seems different. Search for the unexpected, misprints, odd metals, unusual designs. You never know when you might be staring at a forgotten fortune, just waiting to be recognized and redeemed. In a world where instant wealth is rare and dreams often feel out of reach, a rare 1978 Washington $1 coin could be your golden ticket. It's a thrilling possibility, a small, overlooked piece of history that has the power to change your life overnight. So if you're lucky enough to find one of these rare gems, don't let it go for cheap. Get it authenticated, graded, and valued by experts. Because one rare coin could be all it takes to turn today's loose change into tomorrow's legacy.